But I seen something on Instagram the other day, or maybe yesterday, when we talk about documenting your journey and just recording it, and all those little things. And they talked about was it Cootie and some other guy with Kanye who documented his whole journey. No, it was like Cootie.
Oh, I didn't watch the Kanye documentary.
Oh, bro, you gotta watch it. It's fucking awesome.
You gotta watch the new Batman.
Fuck Batman, bro. I don't mean to, I know there's Batman fucking lovers out there.
Bro, it's the best standalone hero movie ever.
But here's the thing. I'm not talking about some hero shit.
I'll talk about afterwards.
I'm talking about this Kanye documentary. And one thing that I love documentaries. And one thing that was so awesome about this Kanye documentary is that it was authentic film. From when he first got started, and he's literally playing freaking Through the Wire, and everyone's down there at the studios as he's playing it are kind of like laughing at it, because it was at a time where Jay-Z was, he was hot. It was just a different type of type of rap, right?
Exactly.
And so he's literally playing this at the record companies, and they're looking at him like he's fucking crazy. Meanwhile, like I'm sitting here watching it, like, but that shit fire. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how you not like Through the Wire, But it's legitimately like, it's almost like Max Maxwell in the beginning when he was going on appointments and he had his man Dave following and recording them. It was that for Kanye. So that's what his documentary it is. So it's just raw footage of legitimately his journey. And so Netflix paid him, and it was someone else, $30 million for the footage. So when we talk about how important these podcasts are and how big social media is in to document your journey, that's how important it is, because anyone can go and say, hey, here's my journey. This is what I've done, like what you would do at any type of like conference or speaking engagement or something like that. But to be able to have people legitimately follow you when you look like you ain't got money, right? And we know what money look like. Skin look a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like you could see the difference between someone who has something and someone who has nothing. And so to be able to watch that footage and literally be like, oh, I remember that. Oh shit, that was the first one. Oh, that's where it stemmed from. That's how they came up with these beats. Like, it was fucking awesome, dude. So, yeah.
On March 7th, me and Kalani listened to music until like 3 a.m. for my birthday.
Okay.
And so I went through like my entire childhood of like first listening to music all the way up until now. Like it was fascinating, like because the music shows you so many different emotions, right? So how the fuck was I feeling like in 2006? Like whatever, listening to Linkin Park, right? All this other shit and going through it. But then like we were going through like Kanye shit. Bro, his albums have been absolutely fire. I was like, he really changed it up too. Like 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah.
And then My Beautiful Dark Fantasy.
Yeah.
Two completely different vibes.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is a real estate podcast, but I think he's a brilliant artist and one of the best marketers in the world.
And one of the things, honestly, that really stood out to me, besides the raw footage, which to me is what was amazing, it was his mom. And it starts to break down a lot of things of just like maybe his behavior. And things like that, but it never failed that whenever he went to go meet with his mom, she was just so like insightful, like she was like the biggest fan. It was fucking awesome to watch, because she would like low key gas him up, and she had said something in the documentary that really stood out to me, and I don't want to mess it up or anything like that, but it was along the lines of he can come off sometimes as arrogant. Even though she knew that she wasn't, and she really just wanted to remind him to just remember to always stay humble, but never belittle yourself in a way. And she said, the world may see you. They said even it was something like even a giant stares in the mirror and looks small, or something like that. But it was deep on how she said it. And it was just like, no matter how big you get, like when you look in the mirror, you got to just always still be yourself. Don't remember, like, not to forget kind of where you come from, but you still grow. Just don't ever forget like the root to it all. So never look in the mirror as a giant and see a giant. You know what I mean? Like always see yourself as, someone smaller, even though you are a giant in the mirror in a way.
Because he has the knowledge of like whatever step you're on towards business or real estate, that like he could really help you when you're there.
Yeah.
But like generally, like know who you're asking questions to.
Yeah.
And don't just go ask the biggest dude like the stupid question.
Yeah.
And then like when I posted that dude, like, bro, don't waste my time with some fucking can I pick your brain for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't to be a dick. I was like,
I get what you're saying.
This is the number one learning lesson that I've learned over time.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm that person that you can ask those fucking dumb questions to, because I'm still available and accessible for that. I'm saying it. I'm saying that. Ask the question. Don't ask me to hold your hand because I'm not going to.
The question.
Yes. But I am here to be able to do that because that's the space that I'm in at this point in time. And and I believe Jason is still there for the most part. No, he's not. Because I still have to answer that question sometimes when it comes to Jason. I'm like, look, I'm happy that I built a relationship with him that I did at the time that I got into here, because he was still at a level where it was still like I could still ask some novice questions.
Yeah.
Now I'm not fucking bugging him on no novice questions. Like, it hurts me to even think about asking him some dumb shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be very intentional in the conversations that I have with him, knowing that what he's doing and at the volume and scale that he's doing things, I can't be asking him, hey, bro, what list are you calling? Don't even ask me what list I'm calling. Like, bro, I'm going to give you the fucking list. I don't even want to ask a question. I'll give you the list.
Just for me, I answer questions. Yeah. I answer all the questions. Like, we're not doing like a pick your brain thing. Like, I send voice memos back. But like, yeah, I mean, ask your question. I'll fucking record myself for 30 seconds. Go do this.
Well, what bugs me is because I post the shit on Instagram, like to engage with, those who got questions that that they want, and no one fucking asks a question. But then you want to pick my brain, and it's like, motherfucker, pick my brain when I'm asking you to pick it.
Yeah.
I'm like putting it on a platter for you and serving that shit up like Thanksgiving dinner, and nobody wants a fucking plate. But when I'm over here trying to freaking
bring value
on some other things, like now you want to sit here and ask me those low end questions, which there's no problem with doing so. But like, you got to make sure that you're taking advantage of those opportunities.
Keep asking. Yeah, take advantage of the opportunities. My point was, bro, like, be prepared. Like, don't ever say pick your brain, because then, like, again, there's no outcome to the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, you want with everything to have intention and an outcome. Like, what are you going into this trying to learn? If you're going into it and you just like want to shoot the shit with me for 15 minutes, again, I could be getting my dick sucked, or I could be fucking making money. Like,